When we actually started the whole Our Environment It's a Living Thing program back in 2001, conceptually it was about, having a sustainable life at home, work and play. And essentially that's what this program has been delivering in all of its aspects of people's lives. It's about strengthening the whole system of society to deliver better environmental education and to get more sustainable outcomes.
My project is specifically aimed at women through neighbourhood centres and community centres across New South Wales, and it helps them to be more environmentally friendly both within the centres and to take that message to their homes and to their communities.
Okay, 嗱，呢個係個水桶係咪啊？
Many of the regional centres have actually opted to run sustainability workshops for their community, but those can take many forms. So in some places they run workshops, maybe they're aimed at an ethnic community group like Chinese, Spanish, Arabic groups, and they use ethnic community educators. In other areas they'll be aimed at maybe low-income people in public housing, just helping those people to understand more about environmental issues and take more positive actions. Walleye Creek example is a lovely project. They decided that the area of bushland along Walleye Creek that has been an area they've been trying to preserve for over 30 years, that it would be really good to raise the awareness, public awareness about that area and have more community groups and other people go in and just use it. So they had a wonderful work of art painted to reflect the values of that area, as well as running a few workshops and going for just beautiful bushwalks and things. The results have been great. Lots of regions have done really interesting things. All the centres who are involved have got environmental management plans and they've got an environmental policy on their books, and they've all changed their practices and taken that message out to their communities.
This program's unique because it is the first time that in fact government and large non-government organisations actually have collaborated on an education for sustainability program. So it's the first time we've done this, and it's the first time it's happened in Australia in fact at this level. And a really big commitment of $3.5 million over 3 years to really try and make a difference in building the capacity of those organisations, those community-based organisations, to deliver good quality education programs, and as well to, I suppose, refine our partnership with government and those community sector organisations.
I've been really inspired by this partnership because it's involving non-government organisations working in partnership with government, with state government and other government agencies. And I've been inspired by the fact that we have this opportunity to really learn about each other and to collaborate on projects now. And that's a key issue with the environment. We have to actually, it's such a huge issue. The more heads working on the same cause, the better. EASE, or Education Action Supporting Environment Groups. It's a bit of a mouthful, but basically it's about getting environment groups involved in the principles of education for sustainability through their campaigning work and talking to each other, collaborating with each other, and it also encourages those groups to form solid partnerships with each other, even across broad geographic distances.
Is this smart?
Our target audience is grassroots environment groups from New South Wales, those groups that are doing on-ground actions in their own local communities and localities and regions. We're training people in how to run effective meetings and other tools like how to actually run a workshop. We're really focusing on evaluation because it's something that environment groups aren't necessarily focused on. They're more focused on the action rather than looking back, what have we learnt? and celebrating their successes. And that is a really important and critical part of being a campaigner, because campaigners are out there doing some amazing work, volunteering their time, and they don't necessarily have the resources to do that, and so there's a lot of potential for burnout. It's about effectively empowering people and motivating people into action. That's what we're trying to do with Education for Sustainability, and I think it's starting to happen.
I think one of the real strengths of this program over the last 3 years has actually been the variety of different programs that have been put under the umbrella of Our Environment, It's a Living Thing, because it is about a whole range of mix of different approaches, you know, if we're going to be successful.
Our Earth, Our Stories, it was about engaging local people with their local environment and local biodiversity. And we've done this through a nature photography competition and exhibition. Also, as part of Our Earth, Our Stories, we've held a series of workshops, and these have been called Shutterbug workshops that have been held out in the field in association with other local environmental organisations. The workshops were held in a variety of different locations, including national parks, rock platforms and coastal environments, lakes and lagoons, as well as bushland properties. Photography was selected as the tool for engagement because it is such an accessible means that anybody can become involved in. We were encouraging children who just had disposable cameras to enter, as well as the amateur photographer that has, you know, the most whiz-bang digital SLR. And then having a touring exhibition and exhibition launch to display the photos that other people have taken in the community. The online gallery provides people with an opportunity who haven't been directly involved with Our Earth, Our Stories to be able to view the photographs that were taken of the region's local biodiversity. The major achievements that have been recorded from Our Earth, Our Stories has been the increase in motivation of community members to become involved with already existing conservation initiatives in their local area.
The message is that every household is different, but that we can all do more to prevent waste and conserve resources. And consequently, there's an opportunity there to save money as well. The project I've been working with involves engaging people from the community services sector to assist them to make improvements to their workplace premises, as well as passing on information about water and energy savings to low-income clients. There's a whole variety of things that can be done, including replacing incandescent light globes with energy-efficient ones, replacing the shower head with water-efficient ones. And there's also a number of behavioural aspects we talk about when it comes to switching off lights and also switching off appliances at the power point. That's something that is an easy thing to implement and can actually save up to $100 a year. One of the activities we cover in the workshop is how to read and understand energy bills. A lot of good information can be gleaned by looking at bills closely. People are encouraged to bring their own energy bills to the workshop, and in that way we can actually compare what the different service providers are offering. And then we use the slide rule to work out what sort of a rating out of 5 stars people have based on how many people in their household. People were also able to share their tips and information, and there was opportunities for networking as well. So that was seen as being a big plus where everyone could contribute.
The community actually expects institutions, government, business, community organisations to work together. They actually do think, the community thinks that we should be cooperating and collaborating and sharing information and resources, because that's a more efficient, more effective way to deliver better quality environmental education outcomes.
Not knowing where to start exactly and wanting a fresh approach to professional development, we decided to do a comprehensive needs assessment, which involved over 300 stakeholders and educators, and from that we gleaned that ongoing professional development support was the best approach for this project to take. To make this effective, we decided it needed to be an online resource which helped educators to identify their own needs and connect them with service providers and resources and other opportunities to progress their professional development. The core element being the Education for Sustainability Capabilities Framework, which drives the website, which is also designed as a self-assessment tool which helps educators to identify their professional learning needs. Once they complete the self-assessment tool, they're given a professional learning profile which they can save and come back and update at any time. Hopefully it will build a strong community of practice in the field of sustainability education and become a place where educators can go to update their skills, connect with service providers, and even find content for their education programs.
Partnerships aren't easy. It's easy to say you're in a partnership, but it's actually really difficult to respect other people's perspectives, understand that they have different skills and abilities to your particular organisation, and for everybody to actually understand that they have a different role, but we can all head in the same direction in terms of achieving the more sustainable society.
Total Environment Centre is running the project called Safer Solutions, and the project is really aimed at getting people to reduce the use of hazardous chemicals in and around the home. The hard part about that is that we are surrounded by chemicals, and increasingly in our homes we're introducing more and more synthetic materials. What we've really found is that even though there's a general level of awareness within the community in regards to hazardous chemicals, there seems to be a bit of a disconnect with how people are actually taking up behaviours related to reducing chemical exposure around their homes, and particularly around their children. Primarily we're using our website, the Safer Solutions website, to communicate to our target audience, which is the parents and carers of young children. We've conducted some community education workshops. There are just a few things that you need to clean around the home. Bicarbonate of soda is a great all-purpose cleaner. You can use that to clean ceramic or stainless steel surfaces. You could use a microfiber cloth. A lot of people are using those because you don't need to use any chemical cleaners or other cleaners at all with microfiber. We're really proud of our pocket guide, and people can fold that up and put it into their pocket or purse, and it's a simple guide to the top 10 chemicals or top number of chemicals that we'd like people to avoid and alternatives. It's of particular concern to this project that we are really looking towards the health and safety of children and future generations.
The GreenHome program is a really comprehensive sustainable living program. So it's, every household can be involved. So we're looking at simple things you can do at home to help the environment. And not only in your home, but in your lifestyle. So looking at how you get to work, what kind of food you're eating, what kind of products you're buying. GreenHome's the one-stop shop for people to find out information. And there's lots of different things that they can do to help the environment. So we do this by a number of different ways. For example, we hold workshops which have 150 people there learning about different topics from water, energy to chemicals. We have a training program where we train a smaller number of people to talk to their friends and family. We also have one-off expos. So for example, we talk about renovating and design or eating for the earth. The GreenHome website is a comprehensive website for people that want to find out how to be sustainable at home. So there you can find your top tips from how to save energy, how to eat green, how to travel green. All these kinds of things are on our website, as well as the GreenHome challenge that people can go and visit, find out what their eco footprint is and see what kind of actions they can take to help the environment.
The participants in the GreenHome program have saved together over 44 million litres of water, which is about the same as 44 Olympic-sized swimming pools full of water, which is huge. If you look at the greenhouse gas emissions, together they've saved about 2,000 tonnes of greenhouse gas pollution, which is equivalent of taking 450 cars off the road every year. The GreenHome program has really benefited from being part of a broader partnership with non-government organisations and other government organisations, because it's meant we're being able to share our information. For example, working with the Total Environment Centre with their Safer Solutions campaign, we've really used that kind of chemical information in our chemical workshop for GreenHome. So there's lots of learnings that we've shared with each other.
How do we get people to participate? How do we design these programs to be more effective? What is the program that we want to design? And those things needed to be sorted out in the partnership, and then those programs designed and delivered, some of which will only now start to come to fruition in terms of their impact, like the corporate sustainability training that we've been working with Total Environment Centre and ourselves in developing.
The project aims to talk to middle managers of large Australian businesses to give them the tools to recognise sustainability risks and opportunities for their business. The project at the moment is still under development. We've been running pilots with these organisations, so until we've rolled out to a broader number of people within their organisations, we're keeping it under wraps. And there's a lot of trust to be able to go into an organisation and be speaking with them about their business practices at this depth and level is a really exciting space to be in. The progressive companies, the multi-million-dollar multinational companies that we've been working with, have realised that it's just good business management to be working alongside the groups like us. We were looking at the business's policies. What does it mean when reducing your greenhouse gas emissions as a business? What does that mean for every manager and their teams? What actions do they take from that policy decision, and how do they move forward through that, and how do they measure that over the next 5 years? There were beautiful moments where really energetic, critical thinkers within the group really challenged business practices internally and of competitors and things like that as well. And the lights came on across the room and everybody just got it and thought, wow, we need to be moving into this area, we need to be leading, we need to be the sustainable company in that space, taking that industry sector forward.
Sustainability is very simply looking after those resources, our human capital, our environmental capital, our economic capital, so that for the next generation and all the generations to follow, that they have the equal opportunity that we have, and maybe even a better opportunity to live in an environmental world that's actually not as degraded as the one that we currently have. And so that's what it's about, that longer term sustainability of our society.